My husband and I are both ham radio operators, and we have our own repeater up on top of a mountaintop. And every Sunday morning we get together with other ham radio operators. And today was very different. And what happened today?
Well, the atmospheric conditions were very strange. People that I normally hear very strong, for instance, from Walla Walla to here to Eagle Creek, Oregon, is normally very strong, just very powerful signals. And today, all the people that were about 300 miles away couldn't hear them hardly at all. They were just barely picking each other up. But the furthest people, they're like 500 miles away, rock solid. Just they could hear me rock solid, and I could hear them rock solid. So it was, the ionosphere was telling us that there might have been a sunspot activity yesterday that caused the ionosphere to shift, so that the radio waves will bounce a long distance, but they don't bounce short distance right now.
How about the guy in Happy Valley? Could you hear him?
Barely hear him. He's just barely above the noise.
Whoa!
That's weird. Local, you barely hear anybody local at all. Just barely make him out.
And then I got you a new antenna for your birthday. What kind of antenna did I get you?
It's called an inverted V. It's shaped like this. And when you shape the antenna just like that, or it was like this, it's omnidirectional. So you can broadcast and receive clearly in all directions.
Is that kind of like what you have your U.S. patent on?
No, nothing similar at all.
Okay.
No.
But your patent is on for a...
I do have a patented antenna, yeah.
Okay, and you are
I'm a systems engineer, retired now. But I am under contract with a local 911 system in a county.
Yeah. And you were one of the top worldwide systems engineer worldwide. You're smart. Married to a dumb lady.
Bye-bye.
But anyway, could it be earthquake activity about to happen?
No.
This isn't coming underground?
No, this is all solar stuff.
So we may have a solar flare?
Well, that's what they think. The solar flare would be yesterday.
Okay. And how long does that take to hit us? Or it's happening now?
Well, it takes about 2 days, depending. And so the solar flare left a long time ago, but it takes a while for particles to get here. The light gets here within within a couple hours, but the solar flare material doesn't get here for a couple days.
That's kind of scary. Could we be having an EMP?
No, that's not EMP. Not related.
Okay. This is all a solar event.
Flare event. Yeah, it's affecting the atmosphere.
Okay. So we should look up ADAPT 2030 or GSM, Grand Solar Minimum.
Well, the event, if it was an event that happened, a solar event, it'd be probably a couple of days old by now.
Okay.
Maybe 3 days old.
Does it affect humans, these solar events?
No, well, only if you live at the poles.
Voting polls?
No. It's the North Pole or the South Pole where the focus of the magnetic field, it's Aurora Borealis and all that.
We should be seeing some auroras?
Maybe up north, yeah.
Oh, not here. I met you over 50 years ago, and you were called a ping.
Oh,
Ping-Jockey.
Ping-Jockey, yeah. I was a sonar technician on a fleet ballistic missile submarine, a nuclear sub. Yeah.
And you lived in Holy Loch, Scotland?
Well, that's where we were based, but I lived on the submarine for almost 3 years.
And you went below how long were you below the surface of the ocean?
The longest I was submerged without ever coming up was 2 months and 1 week.
Wow. And you said that when you were in Scotland, you could hear stuff taking place in New York City Harbor.
Well, when we would, sound travels under the ocean much better than you can imagine. Sound travels great distances. It's called ducting, where the sound travels through a duct in the ocean water. And so when we would submerge off of Scotland, when we would leave, we went over the continental shelf and then submerged. Then we could start hearing long distance, and
wow,
we could hear from just off of Scotland. I could hear ships coming out of New York Harbor. So the sound can travel very long distance, thousands of miles.
In that ducting.
It was in ducting in a layer of the ocean water. Yeah.
That's weird. Huh. Okay. And you're a descendant of who? I like to brag about you.
Well, actually, I'm descended in parallel with Ulysses S. Grant, but
and that's why your brother was
William
named
Wallace. My grandpa was named after one of our ancestors. His name is William Wallace, and it was Braveheart in Scotland.
And you are a brave heart. You fought very hard with oral cancer, and you are a survivor.
Okay, well, that's all for now.
Thank you, honey.